Now, globalization in the 20th century facilitated the exchange of goods, ideas, and technology, but it also helped spread deadly germs and viruses around the world. A new exhibit at the U.S. National Museum of Natural History illustrates the impact of these sometimes lethal biological linkages and looks back at the deadliest and scariest epidemics throughout history. Maxim Moskalkov has more.
1918, 100 years ago, in the final year of the First World War, 50 million people were killed, not by enemy bullets, but by a more insidious foe, the Spanish flu. Proof, say scientists, that a microscopic virus can be more destructive than war. It's the subject of a new Smithsonian exhibit called Outbreak, which looks at the most lethal pandemics throughout history. The interactive exhibit shows past and present outbreaks of diseases around the globe and in real time. Right now, it warns visitors of a botulism outbreak in Kansas. And this interactive map shows how and where HIV is spreading in different parts of the world. And this screen tells us that currently more than 2 million people are infected by the HIV/AIDS virus in North America. The horrible consequences of deadly pandemics have been depicted in many contemporary works of fiction. But the question that many often ask is, how close does fiction match reality?
It's a very real idea, and probably worse these days because of how connected the world is. Anybody can get on an airplane and be anywhere in the world within 24 hours. And parts of the world that used to be inaccessible are now easily accessible by tourists, by industry. So people and animals are more connected than ever before. So the idea, the thought of a disease emerging in some exotic, faraway place and staying there is an antiquated notion.
Susan Murray at the Smithsonian Conservation Biology Institute studies the way animals and humans exchange diseases, passing deadly viruses from one species to another.
The exhibit and also our global health program is founded on the principle of One Health, which is the idea that human health, animal health, and the environment are all very linked to each other. So if we're trying to save human lives or animal lives, we need to look at it as a more holistic approach to make sure we're taking all factors into account.
Awareness and education is something the U.S. National Museum of Natural History is good at. An expected 10 million people are expected to visit the popular museum to see the Outbreak exhibit during the 3-year run. Museum curators hope the exhibit sparks curiosity and an exchange of ideas, and hopefully not an exchange of viruses. Maxim Moskalkov for VOA News, Washington.